All right. So we're recording now. Also, Emily, where are you now?
I'm in Austria at the moment.
Ah, okay. And have you been there for a while?
About 3.5 weeks.
Cool. So going well there as well?
Yeah. Right.
Cool. All right. So now if I share the PowerPoint there. So in this session, we're going to talk about the challenges of the course, ways we could improve it, what you've learned, and the future as a teacher. Yeah, this one's always a pain to do. Give it a try. So the idea is that if you look in the chat box, I'll write a sentence there, and then we take it in turns to carry the story on. Okay, so. Okay, so, Alexander. So, Alexander, if you could write the next sentence of the story. He's gone. Okay, then, Emily, could you write the next sentence of the story?
Okay.
Okay, and Lorna, could you write the next sentence, please? Excellent. And Rosie. Excellent. That's a much better story than my last one. Very nice, guys. All right. Now we're going to try the poll. So the poll should work if you have the latest version of Zoom. Otherwise, it probably won't. So hopefully you can see that now. And so you should choose the thing that you found most difficult about the course.
I can't see it on mine.
Ah, dear. Can anybody see it?
Yeah.
All right. So we have connectivity and power cuts. Having nothing interesting to add in the forum or the wikis. Finding it difficult to express your ideas in writing or workload apart from the course. So we have one vote for connectivity and power cuts and one for workload. Okay, so two of you should be able to see the results there.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, so who was it who couldn't see it? Was it Rosie?
I couldn't.
Ah, Emily. Right. So
Yeah.
what did you find most difficult about doing the course?
I think also connectivity, because my Wi-Fi at home wasn't very good. But then also near the end of the course, I think the workload, because moving out here had a lot to do as well. But I don't know, I still managed to put it in.
Ah, right.
Maybe both, I don't know.
Yeah, so those two are the big ones, yes.
Yeah.
I think in Europe, the Wi-Fi doesn't seem great. Yeah, when you move to another country and you're starting a new job, then yeah, it's been very difficult. Okay. So for the next, in the chat, could you write one sentence to say what difficulties you might face and what difficulties you already face in applying what you've learned in the classroom? Yeah, moving from theory to practice in a sense. Yes. Ah, right. Yes, I think that's one that's very surprising for a lot of people, how different classes are from each other. When I was doing my master's, some of the students were like, oh, well, if it works with one class, then it will obviously work with another. Classes are completely different. And with a couple of different students, and the whole thing is different. Oh, yeah. You always have to have a plan B. You have to be prepared for the students you have. And yes, monitoring and classroom management can be very challenging. I'm glad that you picked up some things from me in the class. online course. Actually trying things out in practice is a big one. Especially a lot of our ideas as TEFL teachers is for small classes. So if you're in the public school system and you have like 25 students or something, it can be quite different. Right. Okay. How are we going to do this next? Yes. So the idea is to put you in 3 different groups. Since there's 3 of you, I think if we have 1 person for each group, that might work out quite well. So, Lorna, would you like to do the negative or judgmental? And Rosie, the optimistic, and Emily, the creative. So think of answers to those 2 questions for each one of you, and then get to present your ideas to everyone. But I'm afraid you don't get a partner to work with. Yes. Ryan, I had to do some online training a while ago, and that was the most difficult bit, trying to work with other people in a group. So I always feel bad nowadays when we have any activity where you have to talk to a partner or work in a group. I try and avoid them as much as possible. Because in class, it's great, and that's why we do it online, is because it's like to show how useful it is to get other people's ideas. But when we do it online, it's so much more difficult. You have to send someone a message and then wait for them to get back to you. And anything else that you thought of? Okay. Right. So Rosie.
I quite like the practical aspect of the course, so how you could create your own resources like the checklists and the lesson plans and that kind of thing, because that kind of moving from theory to practice is always something that's going to be more difficult.
Right.
So yeah, thinking about how I would put stuff into practice and what I would do to make my activities and plans and stuff more effective was what definitely one of the strengths of the course, and something that that helped me develop and think critically about my own work and that kind of thing. So
cool. That makes sense. Right. And Emily, how can we make the course better?
I think leading on from what Lorna said about the group and partner activities, maybe because it was quite difficult if you were waiting for feedback or something.
Yeah.
Maybe if, I don't know, you could just upload your work in like a big database, and then whoever's ready could give feedback on ones which are already in there or something.
Yeah, like on MOOCs they do that, but it's just like the next person up.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any more from you? All right. Great. And oh yes. One. Yes. So, have you got annotate on your toolbar? And then if you click on text,
Nope.
Yeah, I've got annotate.
right, so it should be at the top or at the bottom. So for me, it's next to the remote control. In the same bar where it's got mute and show video and stuff.
Nope.
Well, so then if you just write it in the chat, that would be fine.
Yeah.
So one thing that you've learned from the course.
Oh, there it is. Thanks, Lorna.
Excellent. Cool. Excellent. All right, that's great stuff. Fantastic. All right. And that is the last one. Okay. So that's the end of the session. Does anyone have any questions or anything they'd like to talk about?
Don't think so, really.
All right then, cool. Well, thanks very much. Congratulations on all your hard work. And
Thank you for all the calls.
Thank you.
no worries. And I hope all your teaching goes well. Onwards. All right. So, bye-bye, everybody. And all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.